Hello everyone, I'm SK95. Welcome back to more Paper Mario 1000 Yard. This is the last episode. And last time, we've managed to show off the Danger Mario strategy, one of the most busted strategies in the game. This also has the ability to have a big effect and get rid of the Pit of 100 Trials. Because guess what, as you saw the little bubble, 2,000 coins. If you get the money badge from the actual Pinata Parlor, you can actually get obscene amounts of money. I'm not kidding. It's actually a stupid strategy. And last time, my reasoning for trying to get all this stupid cake and idiotic recipes is finally over. Let's take the last food item. The required food item is as following. For the last one, for me, I will show the entire recipe list, in fact, afterwards, is a jam and jelly and a mushroom. This is exhausting, and I never want to do this again. 100% Paper Mario 1000 Year Door the first time around in the GameCube was exhausting as well. This was just doubly exhausting. Alright, so that's this last item, and we're done. It's technically a bad item given the fact that you just restore 5 FP and your cost of 5 HP, 50 FP. I'm tired. This has been a long day for me. Make something else? No, you would not. That's the last one. For completing everything. Wrong badge. You got pretty much every single recipe in the game. There is a lot of recipes and they are exhausting. Transition to another area. In the game, congrats! You cooking. You learned all of Zesty's recipes. Her menu is now complete, so all of your meals are mighty tasty and mighty. And prove your efforts, send you your special reward, the cooking trophy. You can use lessons to remind yourself or show off to your friends. You've earned the right to brag. When you complete everything in the journal, this happens. Congrats! You're a comprehensive collector. Congratulations, you cooked all the recipes, attained every badge, and filled out your entire log. Wow! Head over to Robert's main square. A shiny reward is waiting for you. It's not kidding. So, the strategy I use to get every cooking item, by the way, is a easy strategy, I'll admit. There's only 20 items you can make with the mistake method, but it's technically worth it given the fact certain of them are a pain. Let's start with the recipes. Recipe for mushroom fry, easy, just cook a mushroom or a super mushroom. This one requires a light shroom or slow shroom, and this one requires an ultra shroom. This one requires a mushroom honey syrup. Maple syrup. You essentially know these ones are obvious. These are easy to tell based on the mushrooms they have for the syrups. The other ones, though, are more painful. Zest Dinner requires a mushroom and a horsetail. You can only get the horsetail out of that one block area post in Petalburg that's close by. When you leave Petalburg and go past that bridge before on the way there, hit the post that actually squishes and it causes the horsetail to spawn. The Zest Special is probably the painful item you need to get. Ultra Mushroom and a Slow Shroom is a combination. It's a pain, especially given the fact that if you don't find Ultra Shrooms, you gotta pay 200 coins in the deep pot to get it. And Slow Shroom is also found in the same shop. Zest Deluxe, the best healing item in the game, next to the Ultra Mushroom, doing Ultras, requires a Golden Leaf Whack-A-Bump combination. It's the only item that gives you a Whack-A-Bump Golden Leaf combination. Both of them are painful. Whack-A-Bump you can get in limited supply and Key Call, but afterwards, guess what? You can still fight the Wacka boss at the end of the trial, Pit of 100 Trials, when I was grinding. And he gives you experience as well as another Whack-A-Bump. This is the only way you can get Whack-A-Bumps, no other way otherwise. Golden Leaf, of course, as I explained before, creepily steeple. Spaghetti, fresh pasta. Fresh pasta of turtley leaf. Spicy pasta, however, is a bit more annoying. You can combine fresh pasta with hot sauce. Spaghetti, of course, combination of fresh pasta and inky sauce. Hot dog and hot sauce. Fuzzy soup requires a fire flour. The egg, of course, Mystic Egg. Mystic Egg can only be gotten from that little mini game you do with Puny. It's very annoying. The omelet meal requires a Mystic Egg and a horsetail combination, so you need to get the last two items together. It's obnoxiously annoying, especially given the fact that it's going to take a while to get, considering you have to go to 2 areas just to get them. The Koopa Bun requires a turtle leaf and a key mango. Key mango is easy. Turtle leaf is also easy, given the fact you can just pipe to it. Healthy Salad requires a Turtle Leaf, and in Horsetail you can get them in the same technical area. The Meteor Meal requires a Shooting Star and a Mushroom Fry. As you saw, Mushroom Fry is just a mushroom combination with just by cooking itself. Couple's Cake is a bit more annoying. You need a Snow Bunny and a Spicy Soup, which is, well, Snow Bunny is actually more annoying. We'll get into that one last. The Mouse Cake requires just a cake mix. The Mushroom Cake requires you to mushroom and a cake mix. The Choco Cake requires a inky sauce and cake mix. The Heartful Cake requires a cake mix and Ruin Powder. Ruin Powder can only be gotten in chapter, which is before you launch the moon in that shop back in Far Outpost. Fruit Parfait requires a Key Mango of Peachy Peach. Peachy Peach can only be gotten at the inn while staying at it. No other way. Mango Delight, Key Mango and cake mix, just a combination cake mix. Any sweet item you need is a cake mix combination. Love Pudding. Mystic Egg of Mango Delight. Mango Delight, yeah, as you can tell, you need to cook multiple items to create new items. Zest Cookie, cake mix and gradual syrup. Mushroom Crepe requires an Ultra Mushroom with cake mix. The Peach Tart requires cake mix and Peachy Peach. Koopa Tea by itself, Koopa Leaf. Turtle Leaf. Zest Tea, Golden Leaf. The Mushroom Broth, however, is probably very annoying given the fact you have to go after multiple items just to get this item. You need a Slow Stream and a Golden Leaf. However, another combination is a lot less going out of your way to get it. Fresh Juice is a combination of just honey syrup by itself. Inky Sauce, Hot Sauce, and Turtle Leaf. However, technically speaking, you can cook this with any liquid item with the hot sauce, and it makes this item. Icicle Pop, you need Ice Storm and Honey Syrup combination. This one is a Maple Syrup Ice Storm combination, and the Bunny is a Golden Leaf Ice Storm combination. Cocoa Candy, Coconut and Cake Mix. Honey Honey Syrup and Cake Mix. Last one, though, is probably more annoying. This one gives you the most FP out of any item. However, you need Jam and Jelly and Cake Mix. Electro Pop, self-explanatory, you need a Cake Mix and Voltrum. Last, Fire Pop, you need a cake mix with Fire Flower. Spay Food you can technically get for free in the inn. Just in an inn at all by staying at the inn at Far Outpost. It's very easy. However, Dry Bouquet is required in order to make this item. Another thing to note I forgot to mention is on the moon you get 50 HP, but in the X-Not base you get 20 HP from this item. Now for the big caveat items. The Poison Mushroom. Eat it and it will poison you, knocking your HP down to 1. On rare occasions, you can actually get your HP fully maxed out. It's rare, but it happens. Slow Shroom and Inky Sauce is required for this. Next one, which I showed off, is Trial Sue, requiring Couple's Cake and Poison Mushroom. You can kind of understand how annoying that item is. The Courage Meal requires you to catch a Courage Shell with a Zest Dinner. Very convoluted item. Coconut Bomb is Coconut and Fire Flower, and Egg Bomb, Mystic Egg and Fire Flower. Mistake, of course, is just an incompatible ingredient item. The last one is the most powerful attacking item in the game. It's a Zest Dynamite, Egg Bomb, and Coconut Bomb. I'm going to cut to a fight and show off that item. Show it off, be right back. Easy Hammer Bro fight. That's actually perfect for me, given the fact that this item is very powerful. Let's show that off. Zest Dynamite is also an explosive attack. So, warning, this affects the bombs. So if you do it and the bombs are in the field, they explode. Yeah. There's also just more damage items. Let's see. Yeah, the image of Zest Tea literally killing everything on screen. It's still the most powerful attacking item compared to this, but it's a pain in the neck to grow after, given the fact that you both need to get a Mystic Egg as well as a Blasted Fire Flower, as well as a Coconut. Though a lot of the items are out of the way, given the fact that those items are the biggest pain in the neck that I can definitely tell from the items. There's a few other things I want to do before we check off the last thing we need to get for the game. I forgot to show this off, given the fact that I completely forgot when it comes to the past stories, but let's just go over to where it is. The thing in question is actually something I missed over and skipped past, considering I did not really care all that much. So let's just check out what we need to go after last before we end this entire LP off. This guy is interesting. Howdy, my name is Wonky and I just know stuff. I mean, I look like much, but I know a thing or two. You better believe it. And who knows, the stuff I know may even be stuff that could help you. So if you want to ask me a question, just speak up and ask away. Even if I'm supposed to tell you the secret of Bogley Woods, I'll pay. Deep in Bogley Woods is a spot where a bunch of tree stumps are all lined up. If you jump hard on a touch stump from the left, you'll get something good. Now, I don't know what it is, but I heard it's really good. And that is that. If you need anything else, just as goes Wonky. Need anything else? Tell me some info. If I can tell you about an incident I saw, I'll pay. So I saw this really cute girl in a pink dress walking around town a while back. She was pretty enough to be a princess, I'll tell ya. She hung around town for a little while after buying something from that old lady. Then she got nabbed in a back alley by suspicious guys in white suits. I'm pretty sure I was the only person who saw that, though. Oh, Wonky was scared. Well, I guess it's neither near nor there, and I probably shouldn't have spoken up before now, so oops. So just knowing what's going on in the streets can be helpful sometimes. He saw Peach get kidnapped. And I suppose all I have to say, next one. Grubba of Glitzville. Backstory time! So about that Grubba in Glitzville. He went from a mediocre fighter to the ruler of Glitzville in a matter of years. And there's a rumor that all this because he found a glittering gem somewhere. I don't know what kind of stone it was, but it must have been a nice good luck charm. Then again, I heard he hasn't been seen recently around Glitzville, so who knows? And I suppose that's all I have to say. More info! That's every single chapter. Tell you about the Lila's private life. No, I'm done. Honestly, I'm done with this. There's no more point. I was just showing off random nonsense like this in order to extend the video. I'll probably just cut it out if I don't care. So, you know what the 100% reward is for the game. What, you don't understand what the 100% reward is for the game? Well, I'll cut to that, back to the center of the area we got right before. The final badge you get is this. This is the golden medal. It makes Mario look shiny and golden. Let's put this on. Costs nothing. Yes, this is your 100% reward for completing the game. He's shiny golden now, and it's permanent. This is literally just showing for completion's sake, considering now you've beaten the entire game without anything else. And I will be doing a little cutscene of all the art gallery at the end of the video, given the fact it's a lot easier to do that and not end it normal way. By the way, funny thing, I should probably just do the lottery one last time for the end of it. One. At least I got something at the end of all this. This was exhausting and a long Let's Play, I'll be honest. It's not as long as Xenoblade going on right now, given the fact that Xenoblade is still my longest LP right now. And it's still going on right now. If you want to check that out, I will put a link at the end of the video to the LP we're going to be doing again and finishing that LP off before we move on to a new LP. So, let's search the art gallery and end this off. Start out with Rogueport Art Gallery. This is concept art from the original game. As you can tell, a lot of details are in these concept arts. As well as the fact that every area has its own design in it, especially given the fact that this area is also a concept art for it as originally. This is original concept art from the original game itself. So as you can tell, a lot of things were different back then. There wasn't even a chain jump before, and Mario doesn't have the ability to cause fire. Chapter 1. As you can tell, a lot of concept art pieces, as well as different character designs before. Backgrounds, concept art for the area of Hooktail's castle, the spike trap room. By the way, I forgot to mention, that spike trap room, if you left it yourself there and let yourself get crushed, guess what? Game over. Concept art for every of the miscellaneous items on the area, Hooktail's room, as well as a concept art for Koopa Village before. As you can tell, the designs were going aesthetically pleasing towards a village setting. And the castle itself would look traditional castle-like. Hooktail's design went through multiple phases, as you can plainly tell, given the fact that, as you can see, Hooktail used to look like sort of other dragon designs. It was inspired mostly like Western dragons. Kubiko actually looked different back then as well. Certain characters still look the same as well, given the fact that is, but, what can you do? Let's check out Chapter 2. Boldly Woods, as you can tell, design changes and definitely design aesthetics definitely are pleasing to the eye. I like the paper idea, and it's not like it's force-fed down the mouth. The concept design, as you can tell, it definitely brings to life the game. As you can tell, a lot of design changes. The original game's area looked a lot different, as you can plainly tell. Boldly Woods used to be, like, more ancient temple-like versus the tree it was in now. Shadow Sirens used to look different as well, given the fact that a lot of their designs went through a lot of phases, especially the Punies as well. The Sirens themselves used to have the idea of just putting the elements on top of their hats. Chapter 3. The Glitz Pit. Let's see what this look like. The balloon went through multiple design changes after a long period of time, especially in the original game design, looking a bit more different. It's more streamlined nowadays. The shops, as well as the juice bar, the actual arena itself, every area, you can check the DS screen. You can actually see that they really reuse concepts. There's also this concept of showing that they just basically interchange the panel in order to keep characters talking whenever it comes down to it. The machine that Grubba used to technically take the Crystal Star's power. The arena, the Champions Room, while Rockhawk's in control. As you can tell, a lot of characters still went through a lot of designs. The Yoshi Baby especially. Jolene also had some different design changes originally, from what we can tell, as well as new characters. Chapter 4. This is where things get interesting. Let's see what the concept art for this. Very interesting. And definitely a lot of things used in order to make design changes. This is the area we had, which had Amazy Daisies, the Creepless Steeple entrance, the main hall, Duplicit's room, stairway leading up to Duplicit's room, as well as the backgrounds are different, and concept-wise you need to make sure how they work properly, otherwise the thing falls apart. The tunnels looked actually different design aesthetically wise in the original game from the remake. As you can tell, the changes are definitely vast. This is what it looked like before with concept art. As you can tell, creepy nighttime area. Yeah, there's a lot of design changes as well. They're definitely interesting. Duplicit look the same. Flurry, for some reason, is in this concept art. Although, I guess it's just design-wise, Flurry was needed. Duplicit went through a lot of designs, apparently, before they stuck with this one, which is basically the same design that they used for the first Paper Mario game. Chapter 5. Of course, shipping on the ships. Key Call, definitely a lot of design changes, a lot of different aesthetic pleasing designs. Cortez, his own battle. The area before it, and the island itself's concept art is definitely huge. As you can tell, a lot through the different design changes. This is what a lot of people go through when they're making video games, because no one understands the process, and it's definitely scary how much they go through. As you can tell, Bomberang went through a lot of designs, especially given the fact how they looked. Fabio used to look like a dang toad, but I'm glad at the new design especially. Bomberang's design, though, was... I prefer the new design of the whole Sailor Captain act. It's so much better. Chapter 6. The Access Express. The train area, of course. A lot of different designs had to be placed around. Also, the nighttime changes. They had to make sure everything was in place for it. As you can tell, Posley Heights, a lot of different housing. The Sanctum itself. The train itself was probably a big deal for them, given the fact they wanted to make sure the design was perfect, as well as the Posley Heights area. Characters looked different originally. Man, that rat did not age well when it was originally made. Characters looked similar to Wade, but the Cheep Cheep no longer had hair, which is funny. 7, we're almost done with this. Now, don't worry. There. I do like the design, how they improved upon it. Especially when the original, as you can tell, the original is on the top screen, while the remake is on the bottom. A lot of different designs were used during this, so yeah, a lot. So, as you can tell, a lot more area. This is the X-Naut base, text, hub, and how the area would look before and after. A lot of different changes. There's a lot of different miscellaneous characters, especially like Miss Mouse, who had a lot of design changes, especially. Oh, Drupal got a different design change, all that considered. Chapter 8. The Palace of Shadows itself had a lot of different designs. And aesthetically speaking, it was different. So, yeah, as you can tell, went through a lot of processes. The Queen's Room. Shadow Queen looked much, much different. And the idea behind it was originally going to be black flames with inverted colors. I can definitely tell why they didn't go with it, given the fact that it's a little bit hard to look at. And the Shadow Queen's fighting area and everything being swallowed by hands is definitely a new aesthetic change. In the original game, it was not like that. Instead, it was just the area going dark. The Sanctum, the Palace, as well as the Shadow Queen's designs had changed significantly, especially given how they looked. As well as the X-Nauts and Grogus. They definitely had a different design changes. Actually, that was Crump. Special. This is the final art gallery. Mario's home. Mario's home's different in the original game, as well as different designs. The blocks. This is all miscellaneous stuff that you should know about. There's different design changes, especially everything else. The whole side view ability to see how the Shy Guys decide to mess with everything. Bowser's Keep, which you only see technically in one cutscene. Bowser's Little Games. Mario in random areas. As you can tell, originally they wanted to try to do the whole, white outline nonsense. It did not pan out well. No one liked it. So they probably went to the original design of the 3D block. I like the 3D block way better as models. It looks so much nicer. And I think we're almost done with this. The concept art design for the beginning title screen and whatnot. Everyone's design output. So you can actually see that the master looked different, especially different partners. The Toad looking Battletoad differently, and Toad used to have just bossing gloves. The master hammer design, everything was different back then. You can also check the sound gallery after you beat everything in the game. You can check out every single song. You can even go with the Palace of Shadows theme. There's a lot of different songs. As you can tell, there's also the songs for every character, especially their own themes. There's a lot of different themes in this game, and it's definitely glad they do a lot of things for this. They even have the character themes as well, in case you're wondering. Yeah, as you can tell, a lot of them. Some of them, probably my favorite one has to be the Yoshi Kid. It sounds quirky like a Yoshi, but it also sounds like rock as well, which is definitely a combination I enjoy the most. However, I think we should end this off here. And finally end off the LP. Once and for all. So, I'm glad this LP is finally done, and we're finally going to be heading on to new heights. So, for the channel, we'll be heading back to Xenoblade and finishing that LP off. I'm going to be focusing on that LP entirely afterwards, so we don't have to worry about anything else afterwards. So, see you all next time. The next game.